First contact, the human element. The vast expanse of space stretched out before Captain Elara Chen as she stood on the bridge of the Earth Federation starship Horizon. The ship's sleek design and advanced technology were a testament to humanity's rapid progress since the discovery of faster-than-light travel just 2 decades ago. Elara's dark eyes, flecked with determination, scanned the various holographic displays surrounding her command chair. "Status report," she called out, her voice steady despite the tension that hung in the air. Lieutenant Raj Patel, the ship's science officer, responded without looking up from his console. "All systems nominal, Captain. We're approaching the coordinates provided by the Galactic Council." Elara nodded, a small smile playing at the corners of her lips. This mission was the culmination of years of preparation and negotiation. Humanity had finally been granted an audience with the enigmatic Zarquin, an advanced alien race known for their isolationist tendencies and technological marvels. "Communications, any word from our hosts?" Elara asked, turning to face the young officer manning the comms station. Ensign Maria Lopez shook her head, her brow furrowed in concentration. "Nothing yet, Captain. Wait, incoming transmission." The main view screen flickered to life, revealing a being that, despite all their preparation, still managed to take the crew's breath away. The Zarquin ambassador was a tall, slender creature with iridescent skin that seemed to shimmer with colors that shouldn't exist. Its large, multifaceted eyes regarded the human crew with an unreadable expression. "Greetings, representatives of Earth," the ambassador's voice resonated through the bridge, a melodious tone that seemed to bypass their ears and speak directly to their minds. "I am Pasiovaran, emissary of the Zarquin Collective. We welcome you to our system." Elara stepped forward, her posture straight and confident. "Thank you, Ambassador Pasiovaran. I am Captain Elara Chen of the Earth Federation starship Horizon. We are honored by your invitation and look forward to fostering a relationship between our peoples." Silvaran's head tilted slightly, an action that Elara interpreted as curiosity. "Your journey has been long, Captain Chen. We have prepared accommodations for your crew on our orbital station. Please proceed to the designated coordinates." As the transmission ended, excited murmurs broke out across the bridge. Elara raised a hand, silencing her crew. "This is it, people. Everything we've trained for. Let's show the galaxy what humanity has to offer." The Horizon gracefully maneuvered towards the massive Zarquin station, a structure that defied conventional architecture. It seemed to be alive, its surface rippling and shifting like the skin of some colossal spaceborne creature. As they approached, Elara couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, studied. She pushed the thought aside, focusing on the task at hand. "Commander Yuki," she addressed her first officer, "prepare the diplomatic team. We'll be taking a shuttle over." The journey to the station was tense, filled with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. As they passed through the station's energy field, Elara marveled at the seamless integration of technology and biology. The shuttle bay they entered seemed to breathe, adjusting its atmosphere and gravity to match the humans' needs without any visible mechanical systems. As the shuttle doors opened, Elara led her team out, their steps cautious but determined. They were greeted by a delegation of Zarquin, each more breathtaking than the last. Pasiovaran stood at the forefront, its iridescent skin now pulsing with gentle waves of color. "Welcome aboard, Captain Chen." Pasiovaran's mental voice reverberated through their minds. "We have much to discuss and learn from one another." Elara nodded, her training kicking in as she prepared to navigate the delicate waters of first contact diplomacy. "Indeed, Ambassador, we're eager to begin our cultural exchange." As they were led deeper into the station, Elara couldn't help but marvel at the organic architecture surrounding them. Walls pulsed with bioluminescent light, and doorways opened and closed like living membranes. It was both beautiful and slightly unsettling. The delegation arrived at a large chamber that Elara assumed was some sort of conference room. As they entered, she noticed a shift in the atmosphere. The Zarquin delegates seemed to be communicating silently among themselves, their skin patterns shifting rapidly. As Ilvarin turned to address the humans, its multifaceted eyes reflecting the room's soft light. "Captain Chen, before we proceed with formal discussions, there is a matter of cultural significance we must address." Ilara felt a tingle of apprehension run down her spine. This was the moment she had prepared for, the delicate dance of interspecies diplomacy. "Of course, Ambassador. We're here to learn and understand." Silvarin's skin rippled with what Ilara interpreted as hesitation. "In the spirit of open communication and trust, we believe it is important to share one of our most fundamental cultural practices with you." The ambassador's form seemed to shimmer, and suddenly, to the human's shock, its outer layer of iridescent skin began to peel away. The other Zarquin followed suit, their bodies transforming before the stunned human delegation. Ilara and her team watched in a mixture of fascination and horror as the Zarquin revealed their true forms. Gone were the shimmering, otherworldly beings they had first encountered. In their place stood creatures that looked surprisingly familiar. The Zarquin, stripped of their outer layer, bore a striking resemblance to humans, albeit with subtle alien characteristics. Their skin was a pale blue, with intricate patterns that seemed to shift and change. Their eyes, still large and multifaceted, now displayed a range of emotions that Ilara found surprisingly easy to read. Silvarin, now looking both more alien and more relatable, addressed the shocked humans. "This is our true form, Captain Chen. The outer layer you first saw is a biological construct we use for protection and communication. Among ourselves and those we trust, we prefer to exist in our natural state." Ilara struggled to find her voice, acutely aware that her response could make or break this historic moment. We appreciate your trust in sharing this with us, Ambassador. It's quite unexpected." A ripple of what could only be described as nervous laughter passed through the Zarquin delegation, as Ilvarin's expression softened, becoming almost sheepish. "We understand this may be shocking to you. In the spirit of reciprocity and to foster true understanding between our species, we humbly request that you join us in this state of openness." The implication hung in the air for a moment before it fully registered with the human delegation. Ensign Lopez was the first to break the stunned silence, her voice a strangled whisper. "They want us to take off our clothes." Ilara felt the weight of the moment pressing down on her. Every decision she made from this point on would shape the future of human-Zarquin relations. She took a deep breath, centering herself. "Ambassador Silvarin," she began, her voice steady despite the turmoil in her mind, "I want to express our deep appreciation for the trust you've shown us. This is, well, it's not something we anticipated." Silvarin's multifaceted eyes seemed to shimmer with understanding. "We sense your discomfort, Captain Chen. Perhaps we have moved too quickly. It was not our intention to cause distress." Ilara saw an opportunity to bridge the gap, to show that humanity could adapt and respect alien customs, even when it pushed the boundaries of comfort. She turned to her team, her expression a mix of determination and reassurance. "Team, this is why we're here. To learn, to grow, to challenge our preconceptions. The Zarquin have shown us great trust. I believe we should reciprocate that trust within the bounds of our comfort." She began to remove her uniform jacket, her actions slow and deliberate. "I'm not ordering anyone to do this. It's a personal choice, but I will lead by example." The human delegation watched in a mixture of shock and admiration as their captain stripped down to her undergarments. Ilara stood tall, her chin held high, refusing to show any sign of embarrassment or discomfort. Silvarin's skin rippled with what Ilara now recognized as approval. "Your bravery and adaptability are admirable, Captain Chen. We understand that full exposure may be too much to ask. This compromise is more than acceptable." Slowly, hesitantly, the rest of the human delegation followed their captain's lead, each finding their own level of comfort. Some, like Commander Yuki, matched Ilara's state of undress. Others, like Ensign Lopez, opted to remove only their outer layers. As the humans adjusted to their new state of vulnerability, Ilara noticed a change in the atmosphere. The Zarquin seemed more relaxed, their skin patterns shifting to warmer, more welcoming hues. Failvarin gestured towards a circle of what appeared to be living cushions. "Please, let us be seated. Now that we have moved past this initial barrier, we can begin our true exchange." As they settled into the surprisingly comfortable organic seating, Ilara felt a sense of accomplishment. They had navigated their first major cultural hurdle, and in doing so, had likely earned the respect of their alien hosts. "Now, Captain Chen," Exalvarin began, its mental voice warm and inviting, "tell us about Earth. We are eager to learn about your world, your cultures, your hopes and dreams for the future." Ilara smiled, feeling the weight of history on her shoulders. This was why she had joined the Earth Federation's space program. This moment of connection, of breaking down barriers between species, was what she had dreamed of since childhood. "Well, Ambassador," she began, her voice filled with pride and excitement, "Earth is a planet of incredible diversity. We have a saying, unity in diversity. It's the idea that our differences make us stronger when we come together." As Ilara spoke, painting a vivid picture of Earth and its people, she noticed the Zarquin leaning in, their multifaceted eyes shimmering with interest. The human delegation, despite their initial discomfort, began to relax, adding their own perspectives and stories to the narrative. Hours passed like minutes as the two species engaged in a deep, meaningful exchange of ideas and experiences. The Zarquin shared tales of their own history, of the challenges they had faced and overcome as a species. They spoke of technological marvels that made even the most advanced human innovations seem primitive by comparison. As the first day of talks drew to a close, Ilara felt a sense of profound optimism. They had overcome their initial shock and discomfort, adapting to the Zarquin's unusual customs with grace and openness. In return, the aliens had shown a genuine interest in humanity, asking questions that revealed a deep desire to understand their new galactic neighbors. Failvarin rose, signaling the end of the session. "Captain Chen, esteemed delegates of Earth, we thank you for this enlightening exchange. Your adaptability and openness have impressed us greatly. We look forward to continuing our discussions and exploring the possibilities of cooperation between our peoples." Ilara stood, bowing slightly in respect. "The honor is ours, Ambassador Failvarin. We've learned so much today, and we're eager to continue this journey of mutual understanding." As the human delegation prepared to return to their shuttle, Failvarin approached Ilara privately. "Captain, if I may, I would like to express my personal admiration for your leadership today. Your willingness to embrace our customs, despite your obvious discomfort, speaks volumes about your character and that of your species." Ilara felt a warmth spread through her chest at the alien's words. "Thank you, Ambassador. It's not always easy to step outside our comfort zones, but I believe that's where true growth and understanding happen." Failvarin's skin shimmered with what Ilara now recognized as agreement. "A wise perspective, Captain. I believe our peoples have much to learn from each other. Rest well, for tomorrow we have much to discuss about the future of our interstellar relations." As Ilara boarded the shuttle with her team, a mixture of exhaustion and exhilaration coursed through her veins. They had taken the first steps on a journey that would reshape the destiny of both their species. The challenges ahead were many, but for the first time, Ilara felt truly confident that humanity was ready to take its place among the stars. The shuttle detached from the living station, making its way back to the horizon. As Earth's first diplomatic mission to the Zarquin came to a close, Ilara couldn't help but smile. They had come seeking knowledge and cooperation, and in the process had discovered something far more valuable: the potential for true understanding between two vastly different species. As the horizon's familiar docking bay enveloped them, Ilara turned to her team. "Well done, everyone. Get some rest. Tomorrow, we continue to make history." With that, the first chapter of humanity's grand adventure among the stars came to a close, leaving Elara and her crew to ponder the incredible journey that lay ahead. The universe, it seemed, was full of wonders beyond their wildest imagination, and humanity was ready to embrace it all, one shocking discovery at a time. Unveiling alien customs. A shocking discovery. Captain Elara Chen stood before the mirror in her quarters aboard the Horizon, her reflection a stark reminder of the bizarre situation they found themselves in. The standard issue Earth Federation uniform hung neatly on a nearby chair, replaced by a shimmering, translucent bodysuit provided by the Zarquin. The material seemed alive, adjusting to her body temperature and conforming to her every movement. "Computer, begin personal log," Elara spoke, her voice carrying a mix of excitement and trepidation. "Day 2 of our diplomatic mission to the Zarquin. If someone had told me a week ago that I'd be wearing a living alien suit and preparing for new diplomacy, I'd have recommended a psych evil." A chime from her communication device interrupted her musings. Commander Yuki's voice came through, tinged with urgency. "Captain, you need to see this. The Zarquin have... Well, it's easier if you just come to the observation deck." Intrigued and slightly alarmed, Elara made her way through the ship's corridors, noting the mix of fascination and discomfort on her crew's faces as they adjusted to their new attire. As the doors to the observation deck slid open, she was greeted by a sight that defied explanation. The vast window that usually displayed the serene beauty of space was now filled with an otherworldly spectacle. The Zarquin station, previously a marvel of bioorganic architecture, had transformed. It now resembled a colossal, translucent jellyfish, pulsating with vibrant colors that seemed to dance across the visible spectrum and beyond. "By all that's holy," Elara breathed, her eyes wide with wonder. "What are we looking at, Commander?" Yuki, his own expression a mix of awe and confusion, gestured towards the mesmerizing display. "It started about an hour ago, Captain. At first, we thought it was some kind of defense mechanism, but then we received this message." He tapped a console, and Ambassador Salvarin's melodious voice filled the room. "Esteemed friends from Earth, we invite you to witness the blooming of unity, a sacred ceremony that occurs once in a generation. Your presence at this moment is a sign of great fortune for our future relations." Elara felt a shiver of excitement run down her spine. They were being offered a chance to witness something few, if any, outsiders had ever seen. "Prepare a shuttle," she ordered, her voice filled with determination. "We're not missing this for the world." As their shuttle approached the transformed station, the true scale of the transformation became apparent. What they had initially thought was a change in appearance was, in fact, a complete metamorphosis. The station had become a living entity, its former structures now part of a complex, pulsating ecosystem. Upon docking, they were greeted by Salvarin, whose appearance had also undergone a dramatic change. The ambassador's body glowed with an inner light, patterns swirling across its skin in hypnotic waves. "Welcome, Captain Chen," Salvarin's mental voice resonated with joy. "You are about to witness the very essence of Zarquin existence. The blooming of unity is not just a ceremony, it is a convergence of minds, bodies, and souls." As they were led deeper into the transformed station, Elara and her team found themselves immersed in a world of pure sensation. Colors they had no names for danced before their eyes, while sounds that seemed to bypass their ears resonated directly in their minds. "What you are experiencing," Salvarin explained, "is the collective consciousness of our entire species. During the blooming, we shed not just our physical forms, but the very concept of individuality." Elara struggled to process the implications of this statement. "You mean everyone becomes one?" Salvarin's form shimmered with amusement. "In a sense, yes, but it is more than that. We access the accumulated knowledge and experiences of our entire species, past and present. It is how we achieve true understanding and make our most important decisions." As they watched, the chamber around them began to pulse with increasing intensity. Zarquin from all parts of the station converged, their bodies merging and separating in a cosmic dance of unity. Suddenly, Elara felt a gentle tug on her mind, a silent invitation. She turned to Exilvarin, questions burning in her eyes. "You and your team have been deemed worthy to participate if you choose," the ambassador explained. "But I must warn you, the experience can be overwhelming for those unprepared." Elara looked at her team, seeing a mix of fear and curiosity on their faces. This was far beyond anything covered in their diplomatic training. Yet, the potential for understanding, for forging a true connection with the Zarquin, was too great to ignore. "What do we need to do?" Elara asked, her voice steady despite the tremor of anticipation running through her body. Solvarin's form seemed to smile, though it had no discernible mouth. "Simply open your minds. The blooming will do the rest." Taking a deep breath, Elara nodded to her team. "Remember your training. Stay calm, stay focused, and if anyone feels overwhelmed, signal immediately for extraction." As one, the human delegation closed their eyes, attempting to open their minds as instructed. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, like a tidal wave of pure consciousness, the blooming engulfed them. Elara gasped as her sense of self expanded exponentially. She was no longer just Captain Elara Chen of the Earth Federation. She was every Zarquin who had ever lived, experiencing countless lifetimes in the span of heartbeats. She saw the rise and fall of civilizations, felt the joy of scientific discoveries that reshaped reality itself, and knew the profound peace that came from true unity of purpose. But amidst the flood of alien memories and sensations, something unexpected happened. The Zarquin consciousness reacted to the human presence with shock and curiosity. Suddenly, Elara found herself not just experiencing Zarquin memories, but sharing human ones as well. Through her connection, the Zarquin lived human lives. They felt the exhilaration of first love, the heartbreak of loss, the thrill of competition, and the satisfaction of individual achievement. Concepts alien to their hive-mind-like existence became vibrant and real. As quickly as it had begun, the experience ended. Elara found herself back in her own body, gasping for air as if she'd run a marathon. Around her, her team members were in similar states of shock and awe. Exilvarin approached, its form still shimmering with residual energy from the blooming. "Captain Chen, we had no idea." Elara struggled to find her voice, her mind reeling from the experience. "What happened? Did we do something wrong?" The ambassador's mental voice resonated with a mix of wonder and concern. "On the contrary, you have given us a gift beyond measure. We have always believed that our path of unity was the pinnacle of evolution, but your minds, your human experiences, have shown us something we never expected." "Which is?" Elara prompted, sensing the weight of the moment. "The power of individuality," Exilvarin replied. "The strength that comes from diversity of thought and experience. We have lived countless lives as one, but never have we felt the intensity of a single unique existence as we did through your minds." The implications of this revelation hung in the air. The Zarquin, a species that had achieved feats of science and understanding beyond human comprehension, had been profoundly changed by this encounter. Elara realized that this moment was more than just a cultural exchange. It was a turning point in galactic history. Two fundamentally different approaches to existence, the united consciousness of the Zarquin and the celebrated individuality of humanity, had collided and created something entirely new. Ambassador Elara said, her voice gaining strength as the impact of the event settled in, "I believe we have much to discuss about the future of our species relationship." Solvarin's form pulsed with agreement. "Indeed, Captain. The blooming has never resulted in such a profound revelation. Your species has given us a new perspective on existence itself. In return, we offer you full partnership in the galactic community. Together, we will explore the stars not just as allies, but as true companions in the journey of understanding." As the human delegation prepared to return to the horizon, each lost in thought about the incredible experience they had just undergone, Ilara couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. Humanity, with all its flaws and complexities, had brought something unique and valuable to an advanced alien civilization. The journey back to Earth would be long, but the message they carried would change the course of human history forever. Humanity was not just ready for the stars, it was needed. Their individuality, their passion, their unique way of experiencing the universe was a gift to the galactic community. As the shuttle docked with the horizon, Ilara turned to her team, her eyes shining with purpose. "Well, folks, it looks like we have a lot to report back home. But more than that, we have a new mission. We're going to show the galaxy what humanity is truly capable of." The crew nodded, each feeling the weight and excitement of the task ahead. They had come seeking knowledge and friendship. They were returning with a grand purpose, to bridge the gap between unity and individuality, to show that diversity could be a strength on a cosmic scale. As the horizon prepared for its journey home, Ilara looked out at the still pulsating form of the Zarquin station. This was just the beginning, she realized. The true adventure, the real challenge of bringing humanity's unique perspective to the stars, was only just beginning. Cultural clashes and unexpected alliances. The horizon's return to Earth was met with a mixture of anticipation and trepidation. As the sleek starship descended through the atmosphere, Captain Ilara Chen couldn't help but feel the weight of the universe on her shoulders. The knowledge they brought back from the Zarquin would change everything. Quantum link established with Earth's Central Command, Lieutenant Raj Patel announced, his fingers dancing across the holographic interface. The main view screen flickered to life, revealing the stern face of Admiral Zhao, head of the Earth Federation's Interstellar Relations Division. "Captain Chen, your preliminary report has caused quite a stir. The Security Council is eagerly awaiting your full debriefing." Ilara nodded, her posture straight and confident despite the lingering effects of the Zarquin bodysuit she still wore. "Understood, Admiral. We're prepared to present our findings and recommendations." As the horizon touched down on the landing pad of the sprawling Earth Central Complex, Ilara couldn't help but notice the crowd that had gathered. News of their encounter with the Zarquin had leaked, and the public's reaction was mixed, to say the least. Captain Chen," shouted a reporter as Ilara and her team disembarked. "Is it true that the aliens demanded you strip naked for negotiations?" Ilara sighed, realizing that sensationalism had already begun to overshadow the profound nature of their experience. "No comment at this time. All information will be released through official channels." The debriefing room was packed with high-ranking officials from various Earth governments, all eager to hear about the encounter with the Zarquin. Ilara stood at the podium, her team flanking her, still clad in their alien bodysuits. "Ladies and gentlemen," she began, her voice steady and clear. "What we experienced on the Zarquin station goes beyond simple first contact. We witnessed, and participated in, a fundamental shift in galactic politics and philosophy." For the next 2 hours, Ilara and her team recounted their experiences, from the initial shock of the Zarquin's nudity customs to the mind-bending encounter during the blooming of unity. The room was silent, save for the occasional gasp or murmur of disbelief. In conclusion, Ilara said, her eyes scanning the room, "The Zarquin have offered us full partnership in the galactic community. They believe that our unique perspective on individuality could be the key to a new era of cosmic understanding." The silence that followed was deafening. Then chaos erupted. "This is preposterous," shouted one official. "We can't seriously consider aligning ourselves with a species that demands nudity as a prerequisite for diplomacy." Another voice chimed in, "Think of the scientific advancements we could gain from this alliance. We'd be fools to let our prudishness stand in the way of progress." Admiral Zhao raised a hand, silencing the room. "Captain Chen, while your report is fascinating, it raises serious concerns. The public is already in an uproar over the leaked information. How do you propose we move forward with this alliance without causing widespread panic or moral outrage?" Ilara took a deep breath, knowing that her next words could shape the future of human-Zarquin relations. "Admiral, esteemed colleagues, I propose a radical solution. We need to show humanity the truth, not through sanitized reports or sensationalized news stories, but through direct experience." She gestured to her team, each still wearing their Zarquin bodysuits. "These suits are more than just clothing. They're a bridge between our species, a way to experience a fraction of what it means to be Zarquin. I propose we launch a public diplomacy campaign, allowing citizens to volunteer for cultural exchange programs where they can experience this connection firsthand." The room erupted once again, but this time, Ilara could sense a shift in the energy. Curiosity was overcoming fear. Months passed, and Ilara's proposal, dubbed Operation Cosmic Bridge, was cautiously approved. Volunteers from all walks of life were selected to participate in the first wave of cultural exchanges with the Zarquin. The results were beyond anyone's wildest expectations. Artists returned from the exchanges with visions of colors beyond human perception, creating works that defied traditional understanding of aesthetics. Scientists came back with theories that promised to revolutionize physics and biology. Philosophers grappled with new concepts of consciousness and unity that challenged millennia of human thought. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Conservative groups protested what they saw as an affront to human dignity. Religious leaders grappled with the theological implications of a species that experienced regular cosmic unity. Ilara found herself at the center of it all, testifying before governments, appearing on news programs, and mediating disputes between pro-Zarquin and isolationist factions. One particularly tense moment came during a live global debate. Ilara stood on stage, facing off against Dr. Victor Novak, a prominent xenophobic activist. "Captain Chen," Novak sneered, his voice dripping with disdain, "you would have us throw away millions of years of human evolution and culture to cavort naked with aliens. How can you justify this cosmic striptease?" Ilara felt a flash of anger, but kept her cool. "Dr. Novak, what you call a cosmic striptease is actually the key to unlocking humanity's full potential. The Zarquin have offered us a chance to experience existence on a level we've only dreamed of. Yes, it challenges our notions of modesty, but should we let our hang-ups about nudity prevent us from achieving greatness?" She paused, letting her words sink in before continuing. "Throughout history, humanity has grown by challenging its preconceptions. We once thought the Earth was flat, that heavier-than-air flight was impossible, that faster-than-light travel was a mere fantasy. Each time we've broken through these mental barriers, we've achieved wonders. This is no different." The debate raged on, but Ilara's words struck a chord with many. Slowly but surely, public opinion began to shift. Meanwhile, the first joint human-Zarquin scientific endeavors were bearing fruit. A team of human and Zarquin physicists announced a breakthrough in understanding dark matter, promising to revolutionize space travel. Medical researchers developed new treatments for neurological disorders based on the Zarquin's understanding of collective consciousness. But the most profound changes were happening on a personal level. Humans who had experienced the Zarquin bodysuits and participated in modified versions of the blooming reported a deep sense of connection not just to other humans, but to the cosmos itself. Support groups sprang up for those struggling to readjust to normal life after these experiences. Some humans even petitioned for the right to wear Zarquin bodysuits full-time, claiming they could no longer bear the feeling of separation from the universe that traditional clothing imposed. As the one-year anniversary of first contact approached, Ilara found herself once again aboard the Horizon, this time leading a delegation of human scientists, artists, and diplomats to the Zarquin homeworld. As they approached the planet, a swirling orb of blues and purples that seemed to pulse with life, Ilara reflected on the incredible journey they'd undertaken. They had faced fear, prejudice, and the very limits of human understanding. But they had also discovered new depths of courage, compassion, and cosmic awareness. The comm system chimed, and Asalaveran's familiar mental voice filled the bridge. "Welcome, friends from Earth. We have eagerly awaited your return. Are you prepared to take the next step in our cosmic dance? Elara smiled, feeling a sense of anticipation and joy that she now associated with Zarquin contact. We are indeed, Ambassador. Humanity is ready to embrace the stars in all their naked glory. As the horizon began its descent towards the Zarquin capital, Elara knew that the real adventure was just beginning. Humanity was about to step onto an alien world not as timid explorers, but as equal partners in the grand cosmic ballet. The universe, it seemed, would never be the same again. The galactic crisis, humanity's moment to shine. The Zarquin homeworld, Luminara, was a breathtaking spectacle of bioluminescent landscapes and living architecture. As Captain Elara Chen led her diverse team of human delegates across the pulsating bridge, connecting their landing pad to the grand nexus of cosmic harmony, she couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in how far humanity had come. "Captain," whispered Dr. Yuki Tanaka, the team's xenobiologist, "I'm picking up some strange readings. The harmonic resonance of the planet seems off." Before Elara could respond, a tremor shook the bridge. In the distance, a colossal pillar of light erupted from the planet's surface, piercing the swirling atmosphere. Solvarin's mental voice rang out, tinged with panic. "Esteemed Earth delegates, we face a grave crisis. The cosmic core, the source of our planet's harmony and our connection to the universe, has become unstable." Elara's mind raced. This was not how she had envisioned their grand diplomatic mission unfolding. "How can we help, Ambassador?" The response came not just from Solvarin, but seemed to emanate from the very air around them. "The blooming of unity is our only hope, but our connection has been disrupted. We need your human uniqueness." Without hesitation, Elara turned to her team. "You heard them. It's time to show the galaxy what humanity is made of. Suits off, minds open." As the human delegates disrobed, casting aside both their Earth clothing and Zarquin bodysuits, a shimmering energy field enveloped them. The blooming had begun, but this time it was different. Elara felt her consciousness expand, merging with the Zarquin collective, but instead of losing herself, her individual human spirit blazed like a beacon. Around her, she sensed her team's unique essences, each a vibrant node in the cosmic web. Through the collective consciousness, Elara perceived the problem. The cosmic core, a crystalline structure at the heart of Luminara, was fracturing. The harmonics that kept it stable were faltering, threatening to tear the planet apart. "The core needs a new frequency." Dr. Tanaka's thoughts resonated through the collective, something it's never experienced before. In that moment, Elara understood. The Zarquin's perfect unity had become too predictable, too stable. The core needed chaos, variation, the spice of individuality that humans took for granted. Everyone. Elara projected her thoughts to both her human team and the Zarquin collective. "Think of what makes you uniquely you. Your passions, your quirks, your deepest desires and wildest dreams." The effect was instantaneous and explosive. The human minds, each a unique tapestry of experiences and emotions, sent shockwaves through the collective consciousness. The Zarquin, experiencing this burst of individuality, added their own variations, creating a symphony of cosmic diversity. Elara felt herself at the center of this psychic maelstrom, her captain's instincts kicking in even in this otherworldly state. She began to guide the chaotic energies, weaving them into a new harmonic pattern. In the physical world, the cosmic core pulsed with new life. The fractures began to heal, sealed by veins of energy that sparkled with every color imaginable and some that defied description. As the crisis subsided, the blooming gently released its participants. Elara found herself back in her physical form, standing nude amidst her equally bare team and their Zarquin hosts. But instead of embarrassment, she felt an overwhelming sense of connection and accomplishment. Solvarin approached, its form shimmering with residual energy. "Captain Chen, honored humans, you have done more than save our world. You have transformed it. The cosmic core now resonates with a harmony we never knew was possible, a perfect blend of unity and individuality. The implications of what they had achieved began to dawn on Elara. This wasn't just a planetary crisis averted, it was a fundamental shift in the cosmic order. News of the event spread rapidly across the galaxy. The Human-Zarquin alliance, once viewed with skepticism by other spacefaring races, was now the talk of the cosmic community. In the days that followed, as the human delegation prepared to return to Earth, they were inundated with requests for cultural exchanges, scientific collaborations, and diplomatic missions from dozens of alien civilizations. Elara stood on the observation deck of the horizon, gazing out at the shimmering surface of Luminara. Exile Varen joined her, its mental voice warm with affection. "You know, Captain," the ambassador mused, "when we first encountered your species, we thought we would be the teachers, showing you the path to cosmic enlightenment. How wonderfully wrong we were." Elara smiled, feeling a deep sense of pride in humanity's role. "I suppose we all had something to learn, Ambassador. Unity and individuality, cosmic harmony and beautiful chaos. It turns out the universe needs both." As the horizon prepared for departure, its hold filled with gifts, scientific samples, and data crystals containing knowledge beyond human imagination, Elara knew that they were returning to an Earth forever changed. The image of humans standing nude alongside aliens, saving a planet through the power of their unique spirits, had become a sensation. Artists on Earth were already creating masterpieces inspired by the event, scientists were developing new theories of consciousness, and philosophers were rewriting their understanding of humanity's place in the cosmos. But more than that, Earth itself was transforming. The experience on Luminara had sparked a global movement of self-discovery and cosmic connection. People were shedding not just their physical inhibitions, but their mental and emotional barriers as well. As the horizon broke orbit, setting course for Earth, Elara felt a profound sense of anticipation. They had journeyed to the stars seeking new worlds and new civilizations. Instead, they had found a new version of humanity itself, one ready to take its place as a vital, vibrant part of the cosmic community. The universe, it seemed, would never be the same, and neither would Earth. A new era of interstellar cooperation, the return of the horizon to Earth, marked the dawn of a new age. As Captain Elara Chen and her crew descended through the atmosphere, they were greeted by a sight that took their breath away. The once familiar skyline of New Geneva, home to Earth's unified government, had transformed. Towering structures of Zarquin bioorganic architecture now stood alongside human skyscrapers, their surfaces shimmering with colors that defied conventional physics. "My God," whispered Commander Yuki, his eyes wide with wonder. "It's like Luminara and Earth had a baby." Elara nodded, a smile playing at her lips. "Looks like we've got some catching up to do." As they disembarked, they were met not by a traditional honor guard, but by a diverse group of humans and aliens. Some were fully clothed, others wore the now familiar Zarquin bodysuits, and a brave few embraced complete naturism. It was a visual representation of the new Earth, a planet unafraid to embrace cosmic diversity. Admiral Zhao approached, his usually stern face now relaxed into a genuine smile. "Welcome back, Captain Chen. Or should I say, Ambassador Chen." Elara blinked in surprise. "Ambassador?" Zhao nodded, gesturing to the assembled crowd. "A lot has changed since you left, Elara. The Galactic Council has officially recognized Earth as a major player in interstellar politics. They're calling us the bridge builders, the species that can unite the cosmic community through our unique blend of individuality and adaptability." As they made their way to the debriefing chamber, Elara was struck by the changes in human behavior. People moved with a new grace, their movements almost dance-like. Conversations seemed deeper, more meaningful, punctuated by moments of shared silence that spoke volumes. "The cosmic harmony techniques you transmitted back," Zhao explained, noticing Elara's observation. "They've revolutionized everything from education to conflict resolution. Crime rates have plummeted, productivity is through the roof, and we're seeing unprecedented advancements in arts and sciences. The debriefing was unlike any Elara had experienced before. Instead of a formal presentation, they engaged in a group meditation, sharing their experiences through a modified version of the blooming. Government officials, scientists, and civilian observers alike immersed themselves in the crew's memories of Luminara and the cosmic core crisis. As the session ended, there wasn't a dry eye in the room. The profound sense of connection, of cosmic unity balanced with human individuality, had touched everyone deeply. Dr. Samantha Reeves, Earth's leading xenanthropologist, was the first to speak. Captain Chen, what you and your crew have achieved goes beyond first contact or even saving an alien world. You've inaugurated a new phase of human evolution. Elara felt the weight of those words. But where do we go from here? How do we ensure that this transformation benefits all of humanity, not just a select few? It was Ilvarin who answered, the Zarquin ambassador's holographic form shimmering into existence. That, my dear Elara, is where our next great adventure begins. Over the next few hours, Ilvarin and Admiral Zao outlined the Cosmic Integration Initiative. It was an ambitious plan to blend the best of Zarquin unity and human individuality, not just on Earth, but across the galaxy. Key points of the initiative included the establishment of harmony centers in major cities across Earth, where humans could experience modified versions of the blooming and learn cosmic harmony techniques. A complete overhaul of the education system, incorporating Zarquin knowledge-sharing methods with human creativity and critical thinking. The development of new technologies based on the principles of the cosmic core, promising clean, unlimited energy and revolutionary healing techniques. A diplomatic course of cosmic ambassadors, humans trained in both Zarquin unity consciousness and traditional diplomacy, ready to represent Earth's interests across the galaxy. The controversial Nude Awakening program, allowing volunteers to experience extended periods of Zarquin-style naturism in specially designated areas, aimed at breaking down final barriers to cosmic connection. As Elara absorbed the scope of these plans, a new transmission arrived. The holographic form of Zillah, the Supreme Counselor of the Galactic Alliance, appeared before them. Greetings, people of Earth. Zillah's multifaceted eyes scanned the room. We have observed your remarkable journey with great interest. Your ability to bridge the gap between cosmic unity and individual expression has not gone unnoticed. We hereby extend an invitation for Earth to join the Galactic Alliance not as a junior member, but as a key partner in shaping the future of our cosmic community. The room erupted in cheers and applause. Earth, once a cosmic backwater, was now poised to become a major player on the galactic stage. As the excitement settled, Elara found herself the center of attention once more. Admiral Zao approached her, holding a small, shimmering object. Captain Chen, he said formally, in recognition of your service to humanity and the galaxy at large, we present you with this, the Star of Cosmic Unity. The medal he placed around her neck seemed to pulse with an inner light, resonating with her very being. Furthermore, Zao continued, we would like you to lead our first official delegation to the Galactic Alliance headquarters. You'll be representing not just Earth, but the new partnership between humanity and the Zarquin. Elara felt a moment of vertigo as the magnitude of this responsibility washed over her. She looked around the room, seeing the hope and excitement in the eyes of humans and aliens alike. In that moment, she knew that this was more than a mission or a duty. It was her destiny. I accept, she said, her voice ringing with conviction. But I have one condition. Zao raised an eyebrow. Oh. Elara smiled, a twinkle in her eye. The Horizon gets an upgrade. If we're going to represent Earth to the galaxy, we should do it in style. Laughter rippled through the room, a joyous sound that seemed to resonate with the very fabric of the universe. As the meeting adjourned, Elara found herself drawn to a large window overlooking the city. The sun was setting, painting the sky in hues that seemed more vibrant than she remembered. Perhaps it was a side effect of her expanded consciousness, or perhaps Earth itself was changing, becoming more in tune with the cosmic symphony. Silveren's holographic form appeared beside her. Quite a view, isn't it, Elara? Your world is transforming before our eyes. Elara nodded, a mix of emotions swirling within her. It's beautiful, but also a little terrifying. We're changing so much, so quickly. What if we lose something essential about our humanity in the process? The Zarquin ambassador's form shimmered with what Elara now recognized as gentle amusement. My dear friend, that is precisely why the galaxy needs you. Your ability to question, to doubt, to challenge, even in the face of cosmic unity, that is the gift humanity brings to the universe. As they stood there, human and alien, watching the birth of a new era, Elara felt a profound sense of peace mixed with exhilarating anticipation. The journey ahead would be challenging, filled with wonders and dangers beyond imagination. But for the first time, humanity would face the cosmos not as small, isolated beings, but as part of a greater cosmic family. The stars beckoned, and Earth, in all its beautiful, chaotic, individual glory, was ready to answer the call.